Okay, let's dive right in. Look, as a business owner, my brain is always buzzing. Growth, sales, the next big project, you know the drill. But there's always this little voice in the back of my head, asking that one nagging question. How do I make absolutely sure that my personal life, my house, my savings, is firewalled off if the business takes a nosedive?
Yeah, this is the question, right? Is my house at risk? It's the one that can seriously keep you up at night, and honestly, the answer might be way more urgent than you realize, because the chance of something going sideways, it's really high. How high, you ask? Well, get this. The U.S. Small Business Administration, they say up to a staggering 53% of small businesses, yeah, that's more than half of us, are going to face a lawsuit this year. Think about that. This isn't some far-off, maybe-it'll-happen threat. It's a coin toss I've got to be ready for. Okay, so what do? I need a wall. A big, strong, legal wall between my business and my personal life. And the foundation, the bedrock of that entire thing, the very first move I have to make, it's all about my business structure.
And this right here is the whole game. Creating an LLC or a corporation, it's not just about filling out some paperwork. Come on, it's so much more. It's a legal shield. It is, without a doubt, the single most important barrier I can possibly build to keep my personal stuff safe from business risks.
And just look at the difference here. I mean, it is night and day. If I'm just winging it as a sole proprietorship, there's absolutely zero separation. My business debt is my personal debt, period. But the second I form an LLC or a corporation, poof, I've created a whole new legal person. My own assets are suddenly on the other side of that wall. One path leaves me wide open. The other gives me a fighting chance.
But, and this is a huge but, just having the wall isn't enough. Not even close. I have to actively stand guard. Because if I get lazy, if I get sloppy, a court can come in and just decide my wall is a complete joke and tear the whole thing down.
In that nightmare scenario, it's got a name. Piercing the corporate veil. This is when a judge literally looks at my business and goes, nope, sorry, you're not really acting like a separate company. You and the business, you're the same thing. And just like that, with the bang of a gavel, all my protection, it's gone. I'm personally on the hook for every single penny the business owes.
So how does the enemy get through the gates? Oh, these are the classic wall-destroying mistakes. Number one with a bullet, treating the business bank account like my personal wallet. That's the fastest way to lose everything. But also, using the company truck for a weekend trip, keeping messy records, not funding the business enough from the get-go. Any one of these can give a court all the excuse it needs to bring my fortress crashing down.
But look, the things I have to do to keep my fortress strong, they're actually not that complicated. It's basic discipline. Open a separate business bank account and get a credit card just for the business. Keep your records clean. Always sign contracts as My Awesome Company LLC, not as me. And jot down notes on big decisions. It all boils down to one simple idea. Act like a real, separate business.
Okay, so my wall is built, it's solid, and I'm standing guard. Awesome. But I still need a moat, right? For those crazy, out-of-the-blue attacks. And what's that moat? You guessed it. It's business insurance.
Yeah, I've got to think of insurance as my financial first responder. It's the first line of defense that pays out when a claim lands on my desk, covering costs that would otherwise be absolutely devastating. It jumps on the grenade so my business and, more importantly, my personal bank account doesn't have to.
And there are a few key policies to think about. You've got general liability, for if a customer slips and falls, professional liability, in case I mess up on a project, directors and officers, that's D&O, which protects me from lawsuits about my management decisions. And then there's EPLI, which is absolutely critical if I have employees, because it covers things like wrongful termination claims.
And if you're wondering why I need it, just look at these numbers. They're a total gut punch. The average cost of a D&O claim is $120,000. An employment claim? Almost 70 grand. So seriously, I have to ask myself, can I just write a check for that? For most of us, that's not just a no, it's a no way in hell. Okay, so I've got my wall, I've got my moat, I should be safe, right? Well, there's one more trap, and it's a sneaky one, because it's a way I can voluntarily punch a giant hole in my own defenses. It's called the personal guarantee. It sounds kind of harmless, but man, it is powerful. When I sign a personal guarantee on a business loan, I'm literally saying to the bank, hey, if my company can't pay you back, you have my full permission to come take my house, my car, my kids' college fund. I'm putting my entire personal world up as collateral.
And don't think for a second I can just say, no thanks. These things are everywhere.
In fact, get this. Even the SBA, the Small Business Administration, the people who are supposed to be helping us, they require an unlimited personal guarantee from anyone who owns 20% or more of the business. They're basically asking me to tear down my own wall before they'll even give me a loan.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's this simple. 4-step battle plan to protect everything I've worked so hard for. Step 1, build your wall. Form that LLC or corporation. Step 2, guard the gates. Keep business and personal finances completely separate. No excuses. Step 3, dig a moat. Get the right business insurance. And Step 4, secure the flanks. Do everything in your power to avoid signing personal guarantees.
Look, we started with a pretty scary question, but now we have a real blueprint for security, for peace of mind. You have the plan. The only question left is your personal fortress built to last?